Good day, everyone. How are all of you today? I hope all of you are safe and healthy. I'm here today to talk to you about what to expect when you're expecting, which is essentially your first month with your new puppy or kitten. But first, I would like to thank Royal Canan Philippines for having me over to talk to you today as part of our continuing wonderful partnership that we've had over the years. So let's dive right into it. What to expect when you're expecting your first month together with your new puppy or kitten. Now, let's assume you've decided to get a new kitten or puppy and welcome him or her into your home. So that's great. They're both great fun and also a great responsibility. But before you get that dream companion, do your homework first. Consider adopting from a and rescuing from a shelter first, as there are many puppies and kittens in need of your help. Visit your city or municipal pound or local rescue organization and help save a life today. Now, if you want to get a specific breed of kitten or puppy, get one that fits your lifestyle and means. Different breeds have different looks from head to tail, different colors, and also different traits, behaviors, and temperaments. Remember, different breeds have different needs, so do your research before you decide on one. There's also proper age for bringing home cats and dogs. For dogs or puppies, it's at least 8 to 10 weeks old. For kittens, it's at least 12 to 13 weeks of age. So by this time, they have been properly socialized and instructed by their mother, and they have developed enough physically and socially to make it into the new world. Partner also with a good vet that can advise you completely on pet care and make him or her your best friend. And while you're at the vet, protect and vaccinate your puppies from diseases by making sure that they have the minimum mandatory vaccinations, and make sure that these are given before they go home with you. And continue the vaccinations as well throughout the life of the pet. Now, if you're decided to get a purebred cat or dog, choose the right source. Ensure that your breeder complies with ethical standards and local laws and regulations. This also means proper veterinary care is given to their animals, and they practice proper animal husbandry techniques. And they also adhere to established breed standards. So good breeders will be members in good standing of reputable genetic registries, like for dogs, it's the American Kennel Club in the USA, the Kennel Club in the UK, the Société Centrale Canine in France. While for cats, in general, there is the Governing Council of Cat Fancy in the United Kingdom, CFA in the United States, and the International Cat Association, which is in the United States as well. Prepare the basics. As you welcome your new family member, you should have the following in place: pet passport, vaccination record, and your pet's paperwork, which can be or can include your veterinary health certificate and any relevant tests essential to travel, like a travel permit or even a titer test. You also need to keep safe your authentic pedigree and proof of ownership if you have a purebred pet. A food bowl, pick a stainless steel food bowl or a food safe ceramic food bowl, a water fountain. Remember, dogs and cats need hydration, especially if you are feeding dry food. So keep them well hydrated. Toys. Choose the non-toxic toys that are safe for pets. So if you notice, dogs will usually have pretty robust toys as they like to chew these, while cats will usually have toys that generate some noise and some motion and are shiny that will attract their attention. You also need a litter box with cat litter for kittens, or for dogs or puppies, a potty training area. This is where cats and dogs differ. Cats will instinctively go to a litter box, while dogs, you need to designate a potty area, like a potty training pad or one of those potty training areas that you can buy commercially. You'll also need a leash or harness. So I recommend a harness which is more secure for both dogs and cats. Well, depending on what your needs are. Grooming accessories. So you need brush, nail clippers, earbuds, and wipes. You also need a pet carrier and crate for trips to the vet or temporary isolation in the home for your dog or cat. Pheromones. Now, pheromones actually create a sense of home and well being. So there are some that are commercially available that you can buy and spread around the home, or there are diffusers that you can actually use to create a sense of home and well being and essentially modify behavior if you need to. What to expect on the first day? What you need to do is set up their area first. Before bringing home a new kitten or puppy, set up the environment first as they both require a quiet room or space so that the newcomer is not overwhelmed by the experience. Set up the food, water bowl and fountain, or water bowl or fountain, and their toys and bedding away from each other. And also set up the litter box or potty area away from the food and the water. Focus on doing a low impact introduction. So bring them home in a carrier, and once in the quiet room that's already set up, sit down in front of the carrier and open the carrier slowly and allow them to come out and sniff you. Allow exploration. So move gently and allow them to explore their new home and environment. And if you can, encourage play. You can also begin potty training at this stage. With cats, it's easy. We recommend actually getting soiled litter from the breeder or from the rescue center and sprinkling these soiled cat litter in the litter box, and they'll instinctively go into that litter box and identify it as the place where they can go potty. Now, with puppies, it's a little bit different. With puppies, try taking them outside to the potty area every half an hour or so would be okay. You can actually take them on a leash and be patient even if they don't go potty at that time, but they'll know where you're taking them. And once they go potty, they poop or pee, they'll identify that area as the area to go potty. And what you also need to do is start positive association. Generally, positive association is built with toys and rewards or treats. So you can start calling your puppy or kitten by name. And when he or she approaches you, provide the treat that he or she likes or provide food that he or she likes, and you'll begin to form that bond. Now, what to expect in the first 10 days? So after a week or so, your puppy or kitten will be comfortable in its new home. It'll be probably pushing the limits, trying to explore, chewing the things it shouldn't be chewing, barking or meowing, playing, and sometimes even having potty accidents in the house. But stay consistent with your training and be patient, as they both want to please you, but they will make mistakes. Continue to praise them when it does the right thing, or you can deter it from doing the wrong thing by distracting them with a toy. Now, during the first 10 days, your kitten or puppy would have claimed its favorite spot in the house. It can be under the bed, inside the crate, or under the coffee table, but whatever this spot is, remember, this makes them feel secure and comfortable. Now, be sure to observe their poo and peeing habits during this time. Make sure that these appear normal, as it can be common for puppies and kittens to get urinary tract infections and sometimes even have intestinal parasites. So if you haven't already done this, make an appointment with your veterinarian for a full physical examination, such as vaccinations, fecal analysis, etc., of your pet, including a blood test. So, and also remember that vaccinations need to be completed in specific timed intervals in order for them to be effective and for your pet to be protected. So you don't want to let them get off schedule. Now, also during this first 10 days, try to resist the urge to take your pet to places where other dogs or cats may be or have been, unless they have finished their vaccination series and your veterinarian has deemed them healthy and protected. Now, what to expect in the first month? Your new pet should have been to the vet at least once for vaccinations and a checkup. And depending on the age of your kitten puppy, multiple future visits may be necessary to complete the course of vaccinations and prophylaxis. You'll also want them to be on regular preventive medications to prevent or control fleas, ticks, internal parasites, and heartworms. These are typically monthly medications, but ask your veterinarian for their recommendation. You should also discuss spaying or neutering your puppy and kitten, microchipping in case of loss, and also getting pet insurance with your veterinarian as well. Now, depending on the age, breed, and health of your pet, your veterinarian, he's going to be your best friend, will have specific recommendations. Now, you may have other pets in the house already, and you may have tried to introduce him or her, your newcomer, to the existing pet, and they might not be getting along, but don't panic. This process can take time, and 30 days, the first 30 days might not be enough for your pet to adapt to a young newcomer. If your older pet seems to be having a hard time with the newcomer or the youngster, try rewarding your older pet with a treat every time the newcomer comes near or comes into contact with the existing pet. This builds a positive association with them, and also conduct scent sharing, so they develop a group scent. This is, you wipe a clean cloth on the existing pet and wipe it on the newcomer and wipe it vice versa and feed the treat right after. So this will help your existing pet think of the newcomer as a positive thing, not as a nuisance or competition. So in closing, things to remember: just be patient, mistakes will happen, and don't be afraid to reset, rinse, and repeat. These are formative times for your puppy and kitten, and what you do now will actually shape the rest of their lives. Also, be observant. Look for danger signs like loose bowel movements or lethargy that will necessitate a trip to the vet. Also, practice proper care. Groom your puppy or kitten and keep him or her clean. Keep them properly hydrated and properly fed. No table scraps or raw food, please. And lastly, have fun and enjoy. Playtime is essential to form that tight bond with your puppy and kitten, and it's actually very good for their physical and social development. There you have it, folks. What to expect when you're expecting. I'd like to thank you all, and also thank you very much to Royal Canin for having me. And remember to love and respect your kittens and puppies. Thank you.